should we do? I have some people. I'm going to put them in a poll. We'll figure out who we're going to actually, if we do guess, who would we have here? Where the hell's my poll thing at? Here, I'll just type it. There we go. Bald man. I'd love to have Eldenark on here, but I don't think he'll do that. He doesn't collab with other people. First content creator to have as a guest on Ryvelations. So number one, I have Richie SH. Because I know that Richie SH likes to headbang. So I think he'd be a good guest on the Ryvelations podcast. Then we have Vladis. Of course, you have to have Vladis. And then Ashes of Relation. Got him there. And then I had Stakeno. That doesn't mean I don't like the other people. But those are the four that came to mind first. And then the fifth, we're going to get one of the Ashes hater people. That's the other option. An Ashes hater person. That's what we'll call it. Okay. All right. I'm going to put that up. I'm going to put that up for 5 minutes. We'll put that up for 5 minutes. Poll's going up now. Poll's going up now. One of my sponsors. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Steven first guess? Fuck yeah. Jamie and Annie? Yeah, we could do definitely do Jamie and Annie. Absolutely. Dude, I got 28 people viewing me right now on Twitch. Holy shit. What happened there? How did I get so many people? Thanks for watching. Richie. Yeah, see, Richie does not like... Zone would be a good one, too. Richie does not like to go on podcasts and such. This I know. But we'll get him on here. He'll definitely come on here. Let's see how the poll's doing here so far. Ashes of Relation is absolutely slaughtering right now. He's got seven votes. Richie's got 1. Sticks got 2. Ashes hater person has 1. All right. Well, that's gonna be up for 5 minutes. I'll let you guys vote on that. The best and worst case scenarios for Ashes of Creation Alpha 2. What do you guys think? I made this, I have the Alpha 2 page pulled up here from the wiki, and then I have a list of scenarios, best case scenarios for world and zones, specifically events, story arcs, and quests. What do you guys think? In terms of like percentage of how close this is to the final product, I guess let's look at it that way. Events, stories, and quests. What percentage would you guys put on that? In terms of a best case scenario for the launch, for the launch, I should have put that of Ashes. For the launch, that's important because obviously by the end, everything's going to be way improved. Nuclear Tango, what's up, buddy? Let's see. Oh, holy shit, Paulie. God damn, Paulie, what are you doing, buddy? What's wrong with you? Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it. Lots of trees cut down in the zones. Best case scenario, absolutely, dude. Thank you for all the subs gifted by Paulie. Appreciate it. That's going to take a while to get through. Nice! Did I miss anything important here? Other than 1 million subs gifted by Paulie. Launch of A2 or launch of the full... Launch of A2. Launch of A2. So, for me, I would say... At the launch of Alpha 2... Thank you. Thank you again for all the subs. Appreciate it. For the launch of Alpha 2... events, story arcs, and quests, I would say, like, in comparison to what they should look like at launch of the game, I'd say, like, maybe 30%. Well, this is best case. Best case, I'm going to say 50%. 50% of what full launch should look like? What do you guys think? Do you think that's best case 30%? I'm going best case 50%. Like worst case, I would probably go like 10 to 20%. What do you think, Panam? Am I too pessimistic? I will let you know that I am fairly pessimistic on a lot of this stuff. 10 at worst, yeah. Yeah, I am kind of pessimistic, I'll be honest. Now, what about zones? What do you guys think about zones? In terms of number of zones, we'll see. And I guess we could do like how fleshed out they are too. But I think like best case, I honestly think 3. That's what I think. I think best case is 3 zones, just because we've only seen Riverlands. We've only seen the eastern part of the Riverlands, in fact. We have seen the desert, like briefly. And then I could see them also having the Badlands. So that would be like a best case would be 3 for me. You'd be happy with 50%, yeah. A2 isn't even the whole map. Absolutely. Absolutely. 50%. You talking about zones? Or are you talking about, which one are we on here? 50% of what full launch should look like for events, story arcs, and quests. Okay, well, what I mean by that is like the areas that actually exist, like it's like halfway fleshed out, right? Obviously not the whole map has all the events, story arcs, and quests, because I don't think, obviously we're not getting the whole map. And this is, again, best case scenario. You think 3 is the best case? Yeah, I think 3, man. Best case for zones. Level cap 30. I think best case. I think best case is 30. I don't think they go like above that. And even if they could, I don't think they would. Oh, the A2 map. Hey Burns, how's it going, Bray? Hey Jinx. Zones start with 1. That's what I think. We're doing best case scenarios now, but I think it's going to be like half a zone, honestly. Worst case scenario is half a zone. I mean, we'll just go ahead and put it there. Worst case scenario, half the Riverlands. That's the worst case, right? Best case, 3 zones. I mean, we could go back and forth and do it that way. So event, story arcs, and quests, like 10%. That's what I think. 10% of what it should look like at full launch. And again, just in like the area that exists in Alpha 2, obviously. Level cap, best case or worst case, they like lower it to like 25. I think worst case that it lowered to 25. I think they're going to be somewhere around 25 to 30. What do you guys think? I don't think that we'll go past 30 till after the first couple wipes. Hey, Pocket, first time chatter. Hey, your mask was really awesome, by the way. That was really good. That Steven wore on the stream. Worst level 25. Best seems 35. Yeah, best 35. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. We'll do 35. They've said 30, but hey, well, you know what? It could be 35 in a best case. Primary archetypes. So obviously they've said everything except summoner. So like best case would be all 8. Like you can't do any better than that. That would be the best case. Worst case would be they decide that rogue or fighter isn't ready yet. Now fighter is probably going to be ready since they're showcasing it this month. But worst case would be like 6 archetypes. You know, I don't think. Something bad would have to happen to have less than 6, I would say. Like really bad. To the point where they would have to delay Alpha 2 or something. Secondary archetypes available. Level 25 for like 4 to 6 months worse. No rogue, no bard worse. Yeah, bard. I forgot about bard. And summoner is like the one they've said that's a maybe. They said all the others are going to be there except summoner, right? That's what I put at the top anyways. I hope that's correct. Pretty sure that's what they said, yeah. Bard, blah, 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 are all expected to be in. With some secondary classes and augments, Summoner may also be released at the beginning of Alpha 2. But one thing that has me concerned about Bard is they showed that little Bard sneak peek, right? and it was, they called it a concept. So I was like, that's a little weird. You calling it a concept, and it's not. To me, that means you're not very far on it, right? Unless that's a concept from like a year or two ago, and that could be. Secondary archetypes available, I would say like we could do this like as a percentage, like maybe like 20. Best case, I'd say like 60% available. So like, across all the primaries, 60% of the secondary archetypes are available. I don't think it's going to be that, but that would be a best case. And then worst case, I would say like they just don't exist yet. don't exist yet. I think that's reasonable. I think it's possible that secondaries are not in at the launch of Alpha 2. I know that they've already started working on them, and they've said that they're using some secondary stuff in some of the streams, but that doesn't mean it's ready for public consumption. No Rogue, no Bard, so worst 5. Worst would be 5. Yeah, worst would be 5. Yeah, I'm good with that. Weapon skill trees available. Best case, like, I'd probably say again like 60%. 60% available. I would say I can't see it being much better than that. Because it even looked like the Ranger wasn't that fleshed out yet, right? Zero is most likely for weapon skill trees. Yeah, honestly, I think a lot of these worst case scenarios, me personally, I think I'm closer to these. Like, I think we're only going to get the Riverlands at the launch of Alpha 2. That's really kind of what I think. I think 5 primary archetypes is entirely possible. 6 or 7 probably. Not getting any secondary archetypes, 100% possible. Weapon skill trees, like 30% of them available. Worst case, because we know there's some, right? We know there's at least the short bow and longbow, because they showed those in the Ranger showcase. So like 20%. Worst case, 20%. I can't see it being too much lower than that. Best case, 60%. And then archetype skill trees. It's probably about the same. It's probably about the same. I would say it's about 60% would be a best case. Worst case, they delay A2 or don't release it at all. Yeah, 100%. Worst case, they remove it from the game. Absolutely. More likely to have weapon skill trees than the augments. Yeah. Oh, yes. You're right. I would say that's 100%. So then, if that's the case, like best case, maybe 50% of secondary archetypes. And then, yeah, so that's about right. That's about right. Archetype skill trees available. Best case, I would say probably around 50%, just like the secondary archetypes. And then worst case, like, again, probably around 20%. That's where I'm going. What do you guys think? If it's Q3, my guess is September. Yeah, 11:59 PST, yep. Dude, I mean, that post that Steven made where he said PI is not going to test the character creator until a month or 2 from now. And then Steven time, that's 3 or 4 months. It's like, to me, that means Alpha 2 isn't until late Q3 at the earliest. But who knows? It's so hard to tell. There's a lot of mixed signals. I don't think any sieges, like in best case scenario, I don't think any sieges are going to be in. I don't think they're going to have sieges at the start of Alpha 2. I know they had them in Alpha 1. Like a placeholder like A1 sieges at best. That's what I think. And then worst case, no sieges. I don't think there's going to be sieges at the start. Well, I'm on the worst case, aren't I? All right. Worst case, no sieges. Best case, placeholder. Guild Wars, I don't see them happening. I don't think Guild Wars are going to be in at the start. So even in the best case, I don't think they exist. Best case, Guild Wars don't exist yet. That's what I think. Worst case, they don't exist, right? That's where I'm at. I don't know. They haven't talked about it. It feels like an ancillary system to some degree. Now, obviously, caravans, we've seen a little bit of caravans, obviously. Best case for me is like 80% complete. But, I mean, that's like not likely. I think it's more like they're like 20% complete. That's what I think. I think, like, again, most things, I think I'm leaning closer to the worst case on most of these things than I am the best case, right? Best case, admin and streamer Guild Wars to show off. Yeah. They're going to have a castle. That's a good question. I don't know. I hope they have a castle. Because obviously you can't have castle sieges without a castle. Yeah. Yeah, and Margaret's keeping him non-committal. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Margaret is, for lack of a better word, got him on a leash a little bit, and is keeping him under control because he used to just say just random dates and times, and they were all wrong always. So I think there's been some controls put in place to prevent that. Best case, now they have said with nodes that they're going to have to stage 5. And I believe when he said this, it's stage, yeah, he said in Discord that they're going to have stage 5 at the start. One second. I'm still coughing, unfortunately. Stage 5, best case. Potentially stage 6. So best case would be stage 6. Best case would be stage 6, but not fully fleshed out. And then worst case, I mean, they've kind of said that they're going to have stage 5, but let's say that it's stage 4 because of, they find some issues. Worst case, stage 4. I think, because we had 3 in Alpha 1, stage 4, I think, is worst case. But I bet you we get stage 5 at the start of Alpha 2. I really do. Best case 5 at start and worst case 4. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that too. Housing available. So like you have all 3 housing types. Actually, there's 4 housing types. Best case, all 4 available, but rudimentary. What do you guys think of that? So you have inns, you have apartments, you have in-node houses, and you have freeholds. Best case, all 4 are there, but they're not done yet. That's my view. I'm on the worst case again, aren't I? Oh, let's go back up here. All 4 available, but rudimentary for best case. All right, and then worst case, because we've seen freeholds, but I wonder with freeholds if they're even all that done because we didn't see the interface to build the freeholds. So that's why I wonder how much of freeholds are actually done. Apartments, inns, and in-node houses. Yeah, freeholds are hard. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, so they have Vigs. They have in-node. They have 4 different housing types in Ashes, and you need to have a house to become a citizen. So you can rent apartments that'll get you citizen. There are in-node houses. There's 8 at the stage 3 node stage. That is the first 8 that you can get, and then as each node stage goes up, there's more that are built kind of on the outskirts of the node. So those are in-node houses, and then obviously you have inns, which are a temporary kind of housing solution, and then you have freeholds, which are the big, huge 1.5 acre plots outside of the nodes, but there's only low thousands of them available on the whole server. So less than 10% of people can have those. Yeah, inns, apartments, in-node housing. Yep, no, I'm with you on that. So worst case, so best case we had all 4, but rudimentary. Worst case, I think all 4, but very limited. How about that? Functionality. How many node types available? We haven't heard much about military. We haven't really heard much about the node types, but I get a feeling like all 4 obviously would be a best case, right? All 4 is a best case. Worst case, there's just one like in Alpha 1. But I have a feeling like if they've got up to stage 5, they have to have some of the different node types. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious, like, it's because we haven't seen like different node types yet in the streams since Alpha 1, right? You think all 4 will be there? Yeah. Let's do like worst case 3. Worst case 3. I think they're probably gonna have all 4. No, actually, I think all 4 will be there, but will they have like all the elections and the different types of elections? That not fully done. Yeah, not fully done in terms of like elections aren't built out. Those sort of things. We're almost done actually here. We gotta get another half hour, but I've got some other stuff we can talk about. How many professions available? So we know there's 22 professions. Best case, all 22. I mean, obviously. Overall functionality. The big one is the public perception. We're about to get to that one. Overall functionality of the artisan system, like, I don't know, like best case to me is like 40%. It's 40% functional compared to what it should be at launch. How many professions available? Viggs, thanks for the sub, buddy. Appreciate you. Oh, Insta gifted it. Thanks, Insta. Appreciate you. How many professions available? Worst case, like, I don't know, 15. Just throwing something out. And then, like, worst case, what did I put? I put 40% for a best case. So, like, 20% functional would be worst case. So now here's the big one, like public perception. Public perception. That's a big one. Worst case for me. Let's do worst case first, because for me that's a little bit easier. Worst case, the absolute worst case for me is it is so bad that they have to shut down the testing and fix stuff. Kind of like Final Fantasy 14 at launch. That would be the absolute worst case scenario. Or like a little bit less worse would be it is bad enough that they lose 90% of testers after 1 month. And then if you don't have enough testers to test things, that could be a problem. And then it's hard to get people back eventually because they have that bad impression of the game, right? And I know it's alpha, you're not supposed to judge it harshly. But people are going to judge it no matter what. Or the amount great, but they'll need to go hard on ads, yeah. There's going to be no shortage of testers. Well, they have a tremendous amount of people lined up. Set up your channel, Ashes Boy. You're really lowering my expectations. Yeah, sorry about that. Best case, public perception. the Alpha 2 experience is better than most current release MMOs. What do you guys think of that one? There you go. That'll bring you back. Oh, you got a little known fact? I don't even know what that is. I put that in. A little known fact? Where'd you put that? Oh, little. I see it. Little known fact. 5,000. Oh shit. I'll figure out a little known fact here. Let's see. See what Google comes up. Random little known. Random little known facts. Oh, should I think of one off the top of my head, or should I look it up? I think a lot of these I'm looking at on Google here are things that I kind of knew already. Like, I know that bats are the only flying mammal. I know that already. Tomatoes are a fruit, not a vegetable. I know that. Chihuahuas are the smallest dog breed. I don't know if I knew that, but that makes sense. Snakes smell with their tongue. I knew that. Buzz Lightyear's original name was Lunar Larry. I didn't know that one. Oh, here's one. A chicken once lived for 18 months without its head. I think I read about this once, or Zebra Dick Facts. Yeah, we have a guy in the guild that can give us those. Lived for 18 months without its head, but I'm pretty sure I read something about that they didn't completely cut off all the brain stem, so like the amygdala part of the brain was still there. So it's not completely accurate. We know of the chicken with no head. What's the best camera to use when taking a picture of your leopard underwear? Well, that's a good question. I use the Sony A6100 on the stream here. It would be fantastic. It's a fantastic camera for those sort of things. Ketchup was once sold as a medicine. I didn't know that one. Is that enough random facts for you guys? Here's some. A cloud weighs around 1 million tons. Giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people. No shit. Yeah. Identical twins don't have the same fingerprints, of course. Earth's rotation is changing speed. Yeah, I knew that. Your brain is constantly eating itself. I knew that, actually. The largest piece of fossilized dinosaur poo. Oh, this is a good one. The largest piece of fossilized dinosaur poo discovered is over 30 centimeters long and over 2 liters in volume. Fuck yeah, dude. That's a nice one. The universe's average color is called cosmic latte. In a 2002 study, astronomers found that the light coming from galaxies averaged into a beige color that's close to white. That's exciting. A little known fact equals 50 facts. Crash, what's up, buddy? I prescribe Heinz all the time. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, I get that. I wonder if Heinz is the best, like, medicinal ketchup. I wonder if there's, like, a medicinal ketchup brand out there. If there isn't, dude. Ryvelations medicinal ketchup might be coming to a store near you. Here's one. Water might not be wet. This is because most scientists define wetness as a liquid's ability to maintain... This is because most scientists define wetness as a liquid's ability to maintain contact with a solid surface, meaning that water itself is not wet, but can make other objects wet. I don't know what they're talking about. What the fuck? Where was it at here? Here's the chicken one. Solstice on the wall. Where was it? Where's the water wet one? Wearing a tie? Oh my god. Oh, water might not be wet. Liquid stability. What? I don't know what that means. I don't know what the hell that means, dude. What does that mean? I'm not sure what that is. Or airs of fluid. The sponsor tonight? Ashes of Creation Alpha 2, of course. I don't really have sponsors, I guess, for the streams. Maybe I should. What would be a good sponsor for the stream tonight? Ketchup? Apparently it's ketchup. Or water. Non-wet water. Non-wet water. That's what it is. Water that is not wet. Change my name less confusing. Today's brought to you by ice. Or airs of fluid, yeah. All right. Have I handled all the channel point things? Do you guys want me to spam a couple for you guys? Here's me doing the Taz. Here we go. This will get you fired up.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
Hell yeah. So went there and completed all the 524s. There it is.
GG!
Yeah.
Duh. Winning.
Hell yeah. The winning dance, yeah. Best case, public perception wise. Let's do one like a little bit not as good as that. Alpha 2 is one of the best alphas in MMO history. That's reasonable, right? Like, that could happen. Or what else? That might be the worst Chewbacca I've ever heard. No, I can't do Chewbacca. That's the problem. Imagine the amount of people who would want to buy the alpha if it goes off. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. How about like a big streamer that doesn't, like a big streamer for a big MMO streamer decides to switch to Ashes because it is that good. There you go. See, I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing back the hype a little bit. You get somebody like, I don't know, like Tally. If you got Tally to be like, dude, I'm switching to Ashes, that would be massive. That's way better than that. Now, what do I think? Will it be somewhere? I think it's somewhere in between these, obviously. I don't, I should have put another one for like what I think it'll be. Should I do that? There we go. All right. Rives scenarios. That'll work, I guess. Events and story arcs. So 10%. Oh, shit. Thanks, Jinx. Thank you for the sub. Between 10 and 50%. Ah, shit. You subscribed again. It's just spamming it. Just copy paste the worst scenario. Yeah. Yeah, just copy paste. Yeah, well, there it is. Yeah, shit. That's it right there. It's done. Rive scenarios are all the worst ones. Between 10 and 50. I would say I'll just go in between like 30. Zones, I think it's going to be Riverlands. I think it's going to be full Riverlands. I think that's what it'll be. I think it'll be 30 for level cap. I think archetypes available. I think it's going to be 7. I think they're going to have 7. Because they've been pretty steadfast at the Hofsteven at the start. Summoner may not be released at the start, but all the rest will be. And so I think it's going to be 7. Secondary archetypes. Sorry, Steven moment there. Secondary archetypes, I would say they. I think it's don't exist. I think they don't. No, actually, because you know when they did the Melee showcase, they said it was a when you put two rogues together, what's that, assassin, something like that. They said it was an assassin, and at other points they've said that this is. I think they're going to have some secondary archetypes. I think they're going to have some, because I think they've kind of hinted in some of the streams that they were using actual classes on a few of those. So what did I put? Don't exist for worst, and then 50% of them are available. I think it's going to be like, I don't know. I think they're just going to have like a 20% kind of rudimentary to kind of get the testing kicked off of it, and then they're going to add them pretty. I think they'll get added pretty rapidly though. Rapidly after A2 launch, because I think what you need the most testing of is classes and stuff, right? Combat, and now what you need to test the most. I don't see there being a FL for augments at A2 launch. Well, let's see. Should I try to find? Shit, I only got 15 minutes left. Nah, maybe I should do 2 hours. Let me find this. Hold on a second. I'm pulling something up for you guys. We need to go. I need the whole class table. Because didn't they at one point say that they were using the assassin? Wait, let me look that up. Let me see if that comes up here when I do this search. We're searching it on the video. This website right here. I use this website all the time. It's amazing. It's amazing, actually. For example, with the assassin class, with them are dagger weapons. Oh, see? Okay, here we go. Here we go. You guys ready?
With the assassin class, with our dagger weapons, we didn't previously have that in Alpha 1, so those are entirely new animation sets that are required to have those dual wielded kind of Alpha 1. So those assassin class, because the models are kind of staying so much in the combat prototyping, because the models are kind of staying consistent there. But for example, with the assassin class, with our
oh yeah, it was Weather Showcase.
Dagger weapons, we didn't previously have that in Alpha 1, so those are.
So he's talking about them showcasing the assassin, right? Basic melee. Let's say we make something you guys have kind of seen some sneak peeks of the from the assassin in the previous stream. Okay, so this was the stream after the weather, right?
Already from the assassin in the previous stream, and we're talking about a bit there with their hypotheses on what makes good feeling combat, and they've done a great job on that. But the other side of that was also just coming up with these almost mock class kits, and the idea was this might not be the final class, but there will be things that we can take from it that we like and then get rid of that we don't like, and let's just make something. And you guys have kind of seen some sneak peeks of that already from the assassin in the previous stream, and now you're.
Yep. So the previous stream, this was June of 22. Oh shit, am I gonna have to go through all these? Let's go to videos tab. I kind of hate how YouTube doesn't show you the date on these. So where was the melee at? There's basic melee, and then so it was seasonal before that. So this here, they're saying this is an assassin.
Reflects both
This
at the
guy right
quality
here.
we want and isn't just kind of an afterthought weather system, because a lot of games that I've played,
Amazing ruins.
He did like some skills too.
Traditional weather
At some
biomes.
point in here.
Dragon.
And
Yeah,
so
it is a
basically,
dragon.
we're looking at
Might wanna
the
take it.
assassin.
Which boss is
That's the assassin, apparently. So I think. Oh shit! What did I do? Need to get that back up. I think we're gonna have some augments because I think they've already kind of showed them a little bit. So I think that we've got. How's your taskbar both customized and stock? I don't know. I don't know what I did to my taskbar to make it. It's been rivified somehow. I don't know how I did it. Where was that? Where was I? Oh, okay. Secondary. So 20% was worst case, right? Worst case is they don't exist. Secondary is 50%. The best is 50. I think it's like, I'm going to say like 30%. Actually, you know what? I think it's 40%. 40% of them are available. Because I think, obviously, if Rogue's got secondaries, we haven't even seen the Rogue showcase yet. But they're saying it has secondaries. I think there'll be about 40% available. Could actually be better than that. Weapon skill trees. Worst case, I put 20%. Best case, I put 60%. I think something like 50. I think it's like something like 30%. I'm not too confident on weapon skill trees. Archetype skill trees. 20% was worst. Best was 50. Archetype skill trees, I'll go like 30. A little bit better than my worst case scenario. No sieges. I think no sieges, the worst case scenario of no sieges. Limited siege testing. No castles yet. No node sieges yet. That's at the start, I think. Guild Wars don't exist at the start. That's my guess. Caravans. I think I would go closer to the. You know what? I could use this over here, right? Caravans, 80%. I would say like 60%. I'd say 60% for caravans. Nodes, stage 4. I think it's going to be stage 5 because that's what they've said. They've said stage 5. So I think it's going to be stage 5. I'm trying to get back to the Alpha 2 here. It's the realism train. This is the hype train killer. I'm bummed out after listening to this. That's porn up, yeah. Get to 100 subs for $30. Ah, damn. Well, I got to keep streaming. Yeah, dude, I do. I installed it, but I never even loaded it up. I installed Palea, but I never loaded it up. But yeah, I could play Palea, I suppose. Don't make this another New World. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it'll be New World. I think they've got a little bit more competent dev team than that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I try not to bring everybody down, but this is kind of what I'm thinking, right? I think all 4, but like all 4. I think all 4, and I don't think it'll be like super limited. How many node types available? 4, but not fully done. I think that's where it is. How many professions? I think they're gonna have all 22. We'll go good. We'll go good scenario there. Am I doing this in the right spot? Yeah, I am. I think they'll have all 22. I think the functionality will be not 20%. What did I put for 40%? Okay. 30%. I think it'll be about 30% functional. Public perception. I think public perception, what I actually think it'll be. That's a good question. I'm telling myself that I just asked a good question. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Not a complete shit show. It's not a complete shit show. It's like, or it's passable, but it's passable, but not good enough to really bring in new people too much just yet. But maybe after updates 1 year in. How about that? About a year in, they do some updates, and then it starts to bring in new testers, new people are buying packs. Nothing more than ganking Jamie Chaos. Well, I hope that I can be on the same server as Jamie and all the boys, like Richie and obviously Roar's in the guild. So he'll be there. Richie, we'll see what happens with Richie, but I'd like to be on the same server as him. Public procession 8 years for this. What a scam. Yeah, that's what a lot of the haters. Oh, you know what? Here, I was going to put that in the best case scenarios. Best case scenarios. I think the absolute best case scenario, the haters are converted. That'd be an incredible scenario at the launch of Alpha 2 if the haters are like, holy shit, this game's amazing. I'm going to stop hating on it. That's not going to happen, but it would be amazing, right? How many will understand it's an alpha and full release is still many years away? Yeah, probably won't. Most people won't. That's the unfortunate part. Yeah, I'd like to be on the same server as Narc and, obviously Vladis. Vladis is in Axiom. Zillion. Zillion's going to have his own guild. All of them. Nice is an Envious, so it depends on that one. Yeah, but all the boys and girls, because Wizzy is going to start making content, right? So, and she's in Suspect, so hopefully. Narcus said he wants to play on NA servers. Yeah, he said in his stream a few times that he's really considering NA servers, and I believe in Alpha 1 he played NA servers. So, yeah, does anybody know why he plays NA? Does anybody know that? The reasoning? I don't know if I've ever heard like his reasoning for that. Not the same as Asmon. That's the main thing for me. I don't want to be on the Asmon server. But the thing is, like, Asmon's going to play for a week and quit anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Asmon won't stick with it. Asmon never sticks with, like, testing type stuff. He'll jump in, play it, get the views, and then he goes back to WoW and it goes back to reaction content, I guess is what he does now. He wants to move to America. Well, maybe that's it. And maybe he doesn't want to commit to an EU character if he is moving to NA. You know what I mean? Like, that would make sense. That would be a valid reason, because then he's in NA. He's already got a character built up, I suppose. EU doesn't want to claim him. Yeah, I can see that. Language barriers? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, he could walk right across the border. We'll let him in. He always plays NA. Yeah, I don't know why he always plays NA. I'd like to know the answer to that. What do we got? We got 6 minutes left. I could do a preview. You guys want to do... I got a couple things I could do while we're trying to finish this thing out here. Holy shit, I got so many tabs open. Here's I'm starting on a video, guys, actually. Starting on a video called Node Warfare. All right. And hopefully I don't have anything too crazy. These are my notes that I don't normally share with the public, but make sure I didn't write anything really stupid in here. But so here's my thing, like how to successfully siege a metro node, because what they've said, right? This game is not for you. I don't know what that was all about, but that's something to. So node sieges. Let's do that real quick. let me explain why this video is why I want to do this video. Now the thing is, like right now I'm working on Ashes of Creation Everything Known 2024 edition. And I could show you that script. It's like an hour long and I just got through nodes. Like I'm an hour into it and I've only got nodes done. It's nuts. But anyways, as I'm doing this video, I'm starting to actually get ideas of videos that I could actually make, right? And so node sieges, my question about node sieges is this. Which I'm going to attempt to answer to myself via video, which is, I guess, weird, but where is it? The defenders have a big advantage, right? Yes, sieging nodes will not be an easy task for the attackers. Cities and metros have a considerable defensive advantage. So the larger the stage of the node, the bigger the advantage, right? So my question is, how often is a metro node actually going to get successfully sieged? Especially when you consider that, where is it? In order to siege a node, you have to basically spend the same amount of materials and time as it took to create the node in the first place. Where is that? Where's that at? Sieging will require a similar amount of resources and time to what it took to develop the node being sieged. So how many people are, if you're sitting around, like you're talking to the boys, you're like, oh, I really don't like those guys in that metro over there. And the other thing you have to consider is you cannot be a vassal, right, to siege this, or could you? Actually, I don't know the answer to that actually, but we'll have the answer by the time we do the video. You're gonna convince your boys like we don't like this node, but you guys ready to spend like 4 months grinding materials so we can siege it and then likely lose? So my theory is that I will put out some scenarios of things that you could do to successfully siege a metro node. First, you want to take out the smaller nodes to weaken the parent node, right? So when you take out a stage 3, it destroys the 1 and 2 below that node. That's something you could do. The only problem with that is leveling back to stage 3 is very quick, right? If you look at the node stages, right? If you do node stages, like it's extremely quick to get back to 3. It just takes a few days. So would that help you? Maybe not. Maybe that wouldn't help you. But then, you take out the stage 3 and then maybe immediately after that you take out the stage 4. And if you look at the vassal chain, you could just like take out the 3, which would take out the 1s and 2s. And then you could take out the 4 like the next day. Obviously you'd have to like put your siege scrolls down like at a time that would time this perfectly, because there's a declaration period on your node sieges, right? There's a declaration, node siege declaration. So where's that fucking, oh, here it is. So for a village, there's a 3-day countdown, right? So you'd have to put the town scroll down like, I don't know, 5 days before, and then the village like 4 days before. So you siege the village first, and then you siege the town like the next day, and then so on and so forth. You'd have to time it to where you're doing like a village, then town, then city, right? And then that would weaken. That essentially what you're doing is weakening the metro. Once you take out the 4, then the 5, then you take out the 6. After that, the only issue with this approach is leveling the lower level nodes is very quick. Yeah, that I've already talked about that. The other thing you could do is ecological warfare, so you guys know about the what's that called? The land management system, where you could go in their areas and you could harvest like a bunch of stuff and like destroy their ecology, right? You could do ecological warfare. You could do node wars, and if you win those, that helps your node and hurts theirs. And you could do guild wars. So it might be like a combination of all these things to actually destroy a metro node. And I think the people that actually pull this off, I think it could be rare. And the truth is, like, it should be rare, right? It shouldn't be like, It shouldn't be an everyday occurrence that something you spent years potentially developing, because metros could be there for years and years. It should not be an everyday occurrence that metro nodes are destroyed, because that will not be fun for the people that obviously are in that node. Now, I think what could happen is on some servers, and like you see this in some games where the server collectively as a whole decides we don't want this metro node anymore. Maybe we want a different metro of a different node type, and the server could decide to not defend it. And I think you could have those, but I'm talking about ones that are actually defended, or the residents don't want it destroyed. To destroy that is not going to be an easy task the way they've laid it out. I've been talking for a long time. Let's see if I missed anything here in chat. He's an English speaker, content creator. It's simple, bigger market in NA. Yeah. Yeah, well, of course. Yeah, because he has some weird hours, doesn't he? His hours are kind of aligned to North America anyways. Rive does Rivendell. Asmon, yeah. Yeah, instance and castle sieges, I really would like to see that. Burns, yes. And I think you agree with me on that. So, yes, the cost of siege of metro would be very expensive. Hit them early. Don't wait for them to get to metro. Absolutely. Yeah, you're right, Peon. Yeah, absolutely. As far as I know, you can siege your master node. Oh, you can't siege your master node. Yeah, I think you're right. I think, like, if you're a resident or a citizen of a vassal node, I don't think you can siege the parent node, right? I don't think that's the thing, is it? I know you can't go to war, like a vassal node can't go to war, with a parent node. But I'm pretty sure you can't siege. You can't make the siege scroll and then siege a node. I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually say that specifically, but I'd imagine that has to be the case. That has to be the case. If you surround them with troops and gank everyone, you can stop the node from getting the mats. Yeah, that's true. Yep, land rape being dropped at monster coins and guild wars. Absolutely. That's where I'd like to see player-initiated commissions. Could you imagine sending people on quests to over-harvest their trees and such? Dude, like system-generated? Dude, that would be amazing, right? It'd be amazing. You can avoid defending, though. Yeah, you could do that. Or you can sign up for defense and don't show up, Daigil says. Yeah. That'll happen. That will happen. Yep. That unfortunately does happen a lot in these kind of games. All right. We've made it. Ryvelations episode 2 is in the books. Is Jamie on? Let me see. We refreshed the Ash Kitchen category here. Jamie has started. So let's go. Oh, Roar's on. Is Roar on there? Roar's on Tangents? I didn't know that. All right. Let's go raid. Jamie. Let's go raid him. Oh, you want to dance first? Oh, okay. All right. Let me cancel the raid. What do you want? Do we want to do Scatman again? Scatman's awesome, right?